Now I know what you're thinking. It's another mining video. But it's not, though it does contain some mining. Hey, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I want to talk about one of the engineers that's one of the major sort of like sticking points for doing all this mining. Not the many, but I'm talking about Selene Jean. Now you can go out and you can make a huge amount of money now, what with the release of 3.3 and the new mining dynamic. But really, if you can do some player v player, Selene Jean is where you want to be. And we'll cover what Selene Jean is all about in this video. So, stay tuned. Here we go. Yes, Selene Jean, engineer, and as it's been said in the blurb, a rock hermit. Now, she's a former miner, and Selene Jean has a talent for improving a ship's hull defence. Very good for player v player. Although she does only offer her services to fellow prospectors, which means you've got to go out there and you've got to do your mining. Well, that's a lot easier now, isn't it? She's rumoured to be a daughter of a rock hermit, so Obi-Wan Kenobi then, is it? But she really talks about her past. Blah, 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 blah. You get the general idea. How do you get her? Well, you've got to mine and then refine 500 tons of ore. Yes, that is 500 tons of any ore. You've got to mine it and then refine it. And then you've got to sell it. So the unlock requirements then is that you've got to go out and find, mine and refine 10 units of painite. Now you can't buy painite. I went off to Delcar 7, which is got some lovely pristine metallic rings on some of the planets, and I did my mining there. Now it wasn't all about just going over there and cracking an asteroid open as we've seen with the great graphics. No, I did some surface mining, I did some subsurface mining, I had the abrasive blaster out, I had the subsurface displacement missiles, and I got quite a few tons by that, only till I was down about, I'd say, 9 tons out of the 10 that I needed. That, typically, as the way things go in a lot of games, I found an asteroid with a painite core. So they do exist. Now, painite is an incredible rare borat mineral. Okay, that is very rare in the game. You can't go buying it, right? It's a form of a red gemstone, highly sought after by socialites in the game, right? So, like I say, you've got to go out there, you've got to mine it, you've got to put the time in. You cannot buy it at a station. At least you cannot buy it at a station at the moment. Okay, whether it changes, who knows? So it's very rare. And, as I was going through these pristine metallic rings, I expect to find it everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. No, you don't, because you're going to get gold, you're going to get silver, you're going to get all these other names of minerals that escape me at the moment, but had weird and long names, but were worth a load of money. So to recap, you get an invite from Todd the Blaster. Okay, you'll learn about Selene Jean after you get to a certain level of reputation. You've then gone out and you've mined and refined and sold 500 tons of ore. You then mined 10 tons of painite. And then it's time to go and see Selene. Now, where does she reside? Well, you'll note this from the Codex and the Engineer's Bar, but its prospectors rest in the Cuck system. K-U-K. Cuck. Now, do me a favour, if you like what you've seen so far and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and also the like button. And if you could, put the notifications on, then that'll let you know when I'm putting more videos of Elite Dangerous and other games on YouTube. And then you won't miss any. And a like and subscribe goes a hell of a long way these days on YouTube. Now, the Cuck system, prospectors rest. I took the Anaconda down there, and I'll tell you why I took the Anaconda down there. It's more heavily armoured than my mining ship, and it's very easy to say, right, I've got my 10 tons of painite, I'm off to go and see Selene Jean in the Cuck system, and off you go. But then think about it this way. You'll have typically low shields, because you've got a refinery in there. You'll have light armour, all this sort of stuff. No weapons, mining weapons. The armour upgrades that are available with Selene Jean in the Cuck system, right? You got blast resistance, heavy duty armour, lightweight armour, thermal resistance. Same with hull enforcement. You got blast, heavy duty, kinetic, lightweight and thermal resistance. Now, I typically went right, for lightweight, because I wanted to get something lightweight on the Anaconda, make it lighter, make it jump further. And for that, you're going to need stuff like conductive components, high density composites, iron, tin, germanium, military grade alloys, all this stuff. A lot of this stuff, right, is it's easily found, but some of the other stuff like military grade alloys and things like that, you're gonna have to go scrounging around for. And some of the other upgrades have a few other requirements as well. Now, as I mentioned, I came down here in the Anaconda simply because it's more heavily armoured, it's got weapons, and typically when you're flying around in your mining ship, you've got mining weapons and perhaps a couple of beam lasers or pulse lasers or whatever you put on there. Nothing that's going to stand you off in a fight, because every man and his proverbial dog is going to be after you with that painite. I got interdicted quite a few times, and here I am, Selene Jean, here we go, and I'm going to donate my 10 units of painite directly to her, and that's going to unlock the engineering section of this particular video. So I went out typically and I got 20 tons, alright, just because I could. Only 10 required for grade 1 access here, and as you know, with the engineering system you go up through the grades. Now I managed to get to grade 5 access, okay, even though I only upgraded to grade 4 with some of the materials that I got quite a way through it, which was quite good. I was lacking a few key components. Once you do get a certain amount of reputation and you unlock the painite, you can then sell some additional materials to the commodities market. You can also sell your cartographic data that you've accumulated by getting here, and all that builds your reputation. And as you can see here, I'm going for the lightweight alloys, of which she's got all 5 scales, because this is her speciality. It's armour and it's hull plating. So do with it as you will, really. I mean, iron, as we can see here, is for the first upgrade, and I've got a load of that because iron is quite easy to come by, so is carbon. Then it's conductive components. Well, I've been out to some of the sites mining all these materials, looking for things like arsenic and what have you, and chemical distilleries, so I managed to pick up a lot of conductive components as well. And don't forget that when you select over a particular material, it will generally tell you where you're going to find it, whether that be signal sources, crash sites, that sort of thing. So I'm going through and I'm maxing out every part that I possibly can onto grade 3. Of course, it's now iron, conductive components, and high density composites, which again, I seem to have a hell of a lot of. But then I did go off to some of the sites, like I mentioned, to go and mine some materials. Got to stock up, you see. Got to stock up. So, all that's well and good. And as you can see, I've got over to grade 4 access, where proprietary composites was one thing I was desperately lacking. Yes, I had germanium. Yes, I had conductive ceramics. Well, I had some. But proprietary composites, see, didn't have many of those, and that sort of cut my upgrade for the lightweight armour modification just a bit short. So anyways, you can see there's all different experimental effects you can apply to it, meaning you've got to have things like high conduction wiring, high density composites, molybdenum, whatever it is, zirconium, thermic alloys, nubium, all these other items, which are going to be easily found on the internet. If you go to INRA or the wiki, Elite Wiki, it'll tell you exactly what you need for each one of these additional experimental effects. So okay, that was upgrading the armour. Very good, and I need to go out and find some military alloys. But then moving on to some of the other items like blast resistance and all the rest of it, you can see I'm going to need some items like mercury, which I haven't got, and I think is probably one of the rarest things to go and get. Other upgrades I can quite easily do, like with carbon, for example. Carbon based materials are really common when you go mining. Anyway, all that being said, I've got my lightweight upgrade. That should give me an extra couple of light years on my Anaconda, so I can go jumping around And now it's moving on to hull reinforcement. Now I'm going to be able to go up to about, say, level 3 on this, and I'm not going to have all the items to go much further than that. Again, you're going to need iron. Generated that modification. You know, you're going to need, for other things, there's nickel. What else we got? You know, carbon for heavy duty hull reinforcement. So in short, I was quite happy with this, because normally I get over to an engineer and you know what it's like. You go, right, there's the stuff that you want, whether it's tea or for Brew Tarquin or whether it's Painite for this woman. And I go, right, brilliant, let's start the upgrades. And it says you need a certain item. And you can bet your bottom dollar, you can bet the bottom pot of your credit pot that I haven't got it. So many times I've done this because I've rushed off and not been prepared. But anyway, iron, conductive components on the lightweight reinforcement. Whether this is the right upgrade for me, I honestly don't know. I really don't. We're going to see how it goes, but being lightweight is going to be something that I'm quite looking forward to. As you can see, level 4 access there, proprietary composites. Again, it's kicked me right where it hurts. So I'm just going to go for possibly an experimental effect, because it'll be a while before I come back here with this particular ship. I have to go out looking for some of these items as well. So in all, Selene Jean has been quite a long experience, what with the 500 tons of mining, but then again you're brought along with that, aren't you, with the entire dynamic of the new mining dynamic that came out in chapter 4, you know, the deep core mining, subsurface service deposits. It's not all about zipping around with a mining laser anymore. Oh no, I mean, Elite Dangerous has evolved so much since the early days of mining. You know, mining is sexy. Mining can get boring pretty quick though, and it's always worthwhile having a well kitted out ship. Anyway, there you go. These are my points on Selene Jean, unlocking the Selene Jean Engineer. What you need to unlock Selene Jean, what you need to do, the 500 tons of any ore being mined within Elite Dangerous, and then going out and finding, prospecting and mining Painite, which then allows you, once you've met the criteria to get over to Selene Jean, she'll want some sort of kickback to start helping you. So Painite is the stuff to help Selene Jean there. So, all that being said, there you go. Thanks for watching. I've been Ricardo. Check back for more videos in this series. More are coming. See you soon. Like and subscribe.